Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel, and my screen just jumped, so that's a good start. And welcome to the first video of 2022, so Happy New Year to you all. I suppose B&M Hunt was a good way to end off the year for the channel, because in terms of success and subscribers it has been really good, so again thank you all so much. And I thought, for fun, this was actually meant to be a New Year's sort of Eve special video, because obviously these figures all technically came out last year now. I'm basically going to be ranking all 10 sets from 2021. Now, originally this was going to be a video where I would go through the sets and do a sort of top 10 kind of thing. However, ran out of time, couldn't be bothered to be quite honest, and I'm going to be doing reviews on all these sets soon anyway, so I don't really see the point in doing a sort of top 10 fine saying opinions and then doing in-depth reviews of them later on. I'd just rather do the in-depth reviews. So that will be the next upcoming content on the channel, which is the reviews of the 10 sets that I've not done yet. This list is actually from Richard Lloyd, who you probably will know, quite a famous Doctor Who YouTuber, so go and subscribe to him. He's basically made this list for people to rank, obviously, all 10 sets we got in the year. And that's really it. I don't think there's anything else to say, so let's get on with it. So, we will begin with this. Oh, so apologies, these aren't in order. I just couldn't. You might be wondering, actually, why is it not on the swipe? But it's because I've already done this list beforehand, and basically I couldn't get them to go back in the white box, so they're just kind of sitting in the last. Yes, all of them belong in the bargain bin. Anyway, so first up we have the second Doctor from the Abominable Snowman, and yes, it is a must buy. This is a fantastic figure, very nicely sculpted, and it's just it's another second Doctor costume that we've wanted for a long time, and it really stands out on your shelf, and it's nice to have a bit more life in the season 5 section. The TARDIS, I'm gonna be honest, I was disappointed with this one, so I would put it in wait till it's reduced, but the thing was never reduced because obviously it was a limited edition set and sold out within days, so it's kind of hard to rank this kind of thing. So I'm gonna go for, because I wasn't pleasantly surprised, I'm gonna be honest. Do you know what? I'll put it in wait till it's reduced, even though if you get it reduced, then well done. Yeah, not gonna lie, I was disappointed with this. I don't like how it basically feels like a War Games TARDIS, but they've just gave it a heavy little weathering. They didn't paint this one like the old ones. They basically just gave it a really thick, heavy wash, so it still had that cheap, like, charcoal texture to it, waxy texture, which I'm not keen on, considering this was an online exclusive and they were charging an extra, £20 off of the standard price for a B&M set, because it was, what was it, 35 or 40? Yeah, I don't think, to be honest, it was really worth the hype. Though I love the Yellow Lantern, and I think the weathering's really cool looking. It makes it look specific, though it's not really accurate to the prop. But it's a mishmash thing again, and it's just meh. I'm not too keen on it. Next up is obviously the Sensorite set. So Hartnell, just put him in wait till it's reduced. The figure's okay. Well, this gave me a standard William Hartnell, so I was happy enough with that. But bloody hell, what the fuck is with the red trousers? Seriously, I hate these things to bits. Yeah, obviously it's not accurate. They should be a sort of creamy yellow, sort of grey colour. They should not be red. Again, it's Al Giroir doing a variant for the sake of variant. Apparently they weren't meant to look like this, so why didn't they fucking change it? I know they probably would have been that far into the production, but still, yeah, I'm not keen on this this costume variant. It's just basically a shitter version of the 13 Doctors one, but it's still it's a nice looking William Hartnell figure, but I would just wait until it's reduced. The Sensorites, Yes, must buy. Both of them. I love these figures. They're probably my favourite Doctor Who figure that's ever been made now, to be honest. Again, reusing the Axon Man body, but it's a good way to use it because it's just a bloke in a leotard. So, yeah, I adore these figures. I think they're really cool and very just they look so gorgeous in that season 1 section as well. They just really stand out on your shelf. And army building these things have been so fun. I've got 8 of them, so of course customizing and not selling them on for triple the price. But yeah, I love these figures. Next up we have Ian Chesterton, and I'll say pleasantly surprised. The head sculpt, obviously there was a lot of complaints about it when the promotional images came out. When you get it in hand, it's much better. It does eerily look like a little William Russell, but again, there's still the issue of they're just reusing an old body, because there's nothing new here apart from the head. We've seen it before. It was obviously used on two Masters, it was used on John Sim, and it was used on Anthony Ainley. So it's not really anything new at the end of the day, but still, it gave us an Ian figure, and it pleasantly surprised me, but I don't like the limited articulation about it, I'll say that. And then the Vord, well, you know what? I'll put one in must buy, and I'll put one in pleasantly surprised. They're a must buy because, well, it's more 60s monsters. You can't really complain. It's monsters we've been wanting for a while, and again they stand out amongst that silver and blue of your 60s Daleks. But also, they did pleasantly surprise me, because when the promotional images came out, I thought, oh, they look really cool. But I wasn't that too. I preferred the Sensorite set, but then getting it in hand. Obviously, yeah, it's a really lovely, again, set. Then screen just went down. Then we have trying to see the differences. Okay, that's it. We have the Power of the Daleks set, which I'm just going to sort of put together. For this, I'd say for the drone, wait until it's reduced, and for the mutant scoop, yeah, pleasantly surprised. The drone, it's still a lovely 60s drone, but just, it's the same thing. Literally, we had it in the chase set, obviously a year ago. It's the same thing we've had before. It's just a silver and blue Dalek. Obviously, the arm attachment's the reason why you're buying the set. It's a new mutant scoop, even though I wish they gave us a fucking mutant, but never mind. Still a good set though. I did army build it, and it is, it's lovely. And then we have the Day of the Daleks set, which is a must buy. For a set, I think I've put the wrong. Yeah, I think that's the wrong Dalek I've put in the tape. I mean, it doesn't really matter. For a set that at the end of the day was just repaints, I love it. It's so nice and just gorgeous. Again, they're very accurate. To me, it's the best History of the Daleks set we've had, because the thing is, though, it should be the most boring because it's just the same old 70s Daleks again, but the fact they gave them those new paint jobs and just made all the little parts that should have been accurate correct, it just shows how much a simple repaint can make a figure so much better. So, yes. And there goes a Sensorite. Next up we have the First Doctor and TARDIS from An Earthly Child. The TARDIS is going in a must buy. I fucking love this TARDIS. This is my favourite classic TARDIS that's now ever been released, because it's, again, the proportions are correct. I mean, the body of it's still not there, but they've done the roof now, they've pretty much done the lantern, they've done the base, they've changed what they could in the doors, the windows, they've changed what they were supposed to before. What I would like now, though, is a more accurate body, because obviously the thing did change over time. It's obviously based off the Peter Perkaki prop, but I would like one that sort of resembles the sort of early Pertwee box. But yeah, must buy. Absolutely love this set. But the William Hartnell, I'm going to put it in wait till it's reduced. Or does it belong in the bargain bin? I don't know. I don't really like this William Hartnell figure either. Again, the problems I have with it is... The problem is with this figure, it's not really based off anything that he ever actually worn, because it says it's from an Unearthly Child, the TARDIS and the First Doctor, but neither of them are based off, like, particular scenes that they were in. Like, that First Doctor, he was never seen with that model of the TARDIS in that costume, so it doesn't work whatsoever. Also, this one has an altered cloak, which I'm not too keen on. Again, it has fucking red trousers. He was never seen, like, wearing this particular version. And again, the red trousers just really pissed me off. He made them dark on this one, but I really do not like them. Yeah. No. I just don't like it whatsoever, if I'm going to be honest. So probably belongs in the... Do you know what? Can't figure it out, because that's still quite low for it, because I don't think... I guess I do prefer the Sensorites one, even though the First Doctor and the TARDIS set gave a sort of new figure for everyone, but... meh. That's all I can say about that. Oh, and then of course we have the Evil of the Daleks set, which... I'm going to put the pupil pleasantly surprised. I was thinking, oh, it's just another 60s Dalek with a pupil, but no, I really like it. And again, they've sort of redone the silver. It's just that bit more brighter. It's hard to tell, but you know, this can be Dalek Omega, because Dalek Omega does have a pupil at one point in the story, so it does work. But no, it's perfectly fine. I like the pupil. It reminds me of the old Product Enterprise stuff, like Corgi, and obviously this recent Dalek Bobble Buddies that they've obviously been doing in B&M. Don't buy that new set, guys. It's a rip-off. Yeah, and the Emperor's Guard. I'll put him in pleasantly... Just wait until it's reduced. Still a cool figure, obviously, for people who don't have an Emperor Guard, it'd be great for them, but I've already got 2 of them, so, you know. But even though the smaller pupil is not accurate, I like it, because it makes it look more menacing. So, yeah, that's that Dalek. And then, of course, we have the Planet of the Daleks set, or the Pac-Man Daleks, which are going to go in... I'll put one in Must Buy and one in Pleasantly Surprised. When these were revealed, obviously everyone had a big giant moan about them, and rightfully so. So did I. I just thought it's literally just 2 Daedrons packaged in the same set. Obviously not. They've had a new eye stalk sculpt, the silver gun and the sort of silvery grey, which are not really accurate, but you know, whatever. But obviously the main feature about these is the domes lift up, and it's a fantastic fun feature. It's just, it makes them that bit more accurate, it makes them feel more akin to the original props, which I know what this line of History of the Daleks has sort of been trying to do. And yeah, it's a fun little feature. So I put one in Must Buy because I think they are a must buy, because they look so cool with the lid back. But then one I'm pleasantly surprised, because they did surprise me. So, and then of course we've got 2 sets left, which is the Earthshock set. I think Peter Davison belongs in the bargain bin. Yeah, I don't really like this set. I'm going to move the 5 Doctors set up. There we go. I don't really like the Earthshock set, I'm going to be honest. It's the weakest set of the year. Would you know what? The bomb, that's going to Must Buy. That's the best accessory we've had this year, because it's like a proper sort of piece you can put in that A-round on the shelf. It stands out, and it's just nice for the Davison shelf to have a bit more life, and it's really well sculpted, and also it doesn't feel, it's not cheap. It's like a proper sort of brick of plastic, which is nice. The androids... You know what, I'm going to put one in Wait Until It's Reduced and belongs in the bargain bin. They've still kind of surprised me, but at the end of the day, they are just literally two. They're just two Showers Jeks, or just two Vords. Again, there's not really a lot to them, just apart from a new head sculpt. And I mean, the extra hand they gave them, I suppose, is cool and all. But I'm not too. Sorry, I was just getting a drink. I'm not too keen on them. But that's really it. So yeah, belongs in the bargain bin. And I'd say, if you want one of them, wait until it's reduced. And then, of course, the 5 Doctors set. The Cyberman set, wait until it's reduced. There's not anything wrong with it. It's nice, obviously, having another Cyberman drone, but it's just the Attack of the Cybermen one with clear wires on the helmet, and of course, what they've done this time is they've gave it a silver gun, which supposedly is accurate to 5 Doctors. But it is nice to think now we do have a drone from every single Cyberman story of the 80s. So that's if you want completing certain drones type thing, then that'd be the reason to get it. And this means now, if they do a Wheel in Space Cyberman, that means we'll have every single drone. I've just realised that. I didn't expect the 5 Doctors drone, but here we go. Cyber Leader, I guess it's a must buy. I mean, it's just a literal repaint of some little, it's bits of black paint on the handlebars, but it's a figure I've been wanting for a long time. And, yeah, it's pretty accurate. So, and obviously the 80s Cybermen are always beautifully sculpted. The Rastan Warrior robot, I was gonna put must buy because I love this figure, but I'll just put him pleasantly surprised. This figure really surprised me. Again, just thinking that it's just a reuse of the old Axon Sensorite body. It's the year of the Axon man body. I love it. I think it's such a cool figure. It just looks so brilliant on your Davison shelf, or just like fighting off the 80s Cybermen. It's a wonderful figure. Because again, all they've really done is they've given it a new head sculpt, new hands, and they've just painted the feet to also look like these little silver booties. And there's also 2 versions of this figure. The Cyberman one has a more grey body, which is obviously meant to represent leotard, or you can get the Cyber Leader one and it's actually more silver. So it makes it look like slightly more robotic. But yeah, I love this figure. Surprised me quite a bit, I'm going to be honest. Yeah, it is really, really cool. And then the Pertwee must buy. Again, for just a repaint of an old figure, they knocked it out of the park with this one, because again, it's accurate, it's how it's supposed to look. The only thing I wish they'd done with this one was make John look slightly older, but of course, in today's world of character options, they ain't going to make a new head sculpt or whatever, so it's okay. But I love this figure still. And the cloak's never been... the cloak's the softest it's ever been. It's a really soft, nice PVC that just makes it really easy to take on and off. Because obviously that original Sea Devils Third Doctor, my god, that cape is a bastard. Even the Carnival of Mosses one. But it's nice having a Pertwee cape that you can just easily take off and easily put back on without obviously worrying about damaging the figure. But yeah, love this figure. Love the jacket. I love the obviously now we have a Pertwee with this proper shirt, so this opens the door for the Terror of the Autons costume, the Mind of Evil costume, the Colony in Space costume, the Mutants costume, and a proper Planet of the Spiders one, which many people have made customs of. But there you go, guys, that is my ranking for the 2021 line. So obviously only 2 really belong in the bargain bin of this year. The Davison figure is the worst. It is literally just Davison with some dirt. Variant and that Unearthly Child's Doctor, I can't really figure it out, I'm gonna be honest. Then the Cyberman and the Power Drone and the Emperor Guard and the TARDIS, they're nice, just wait until they're reduced though. Pleasantly surprised. Well, it was the Power set, Mutant Scoop, the Pac-Man Daleks, and of course the Pupil Guard, and Ian. And then the best ones are the Sensorites, the Day set, Hartnell TARDIS, Abominable Troughton, 5 Doctors Pertwee, in my opinion. So yeah, and also this year they've kind of gave us a sort of unofficial line of 5 Doctors when you think about it. Obviously Tom's not really in 5 Doctors, so, but they have gave us a Troughton figure, which you could put with 5 Doctors, even though the colour of the coat's not correct. But you can get away with it. They gave us a Pertwee, which is obviously meant to be from that story, and they've gave us a Davison, which, I mean, if you ignore the dart, you can put it with them, I suppose. If you don't know where to really put that Davison, put it with 5 Doctors. I've just had an idea. That's probably where I'm going to put it. And obviously the Hartnell. It's obviously not Richard Hartnell, the imposter Doctor, but still, you can. I mean, if you really wanted to. If you don't really want the Hartnell when you're poking about in your 60s section, I would just put it with 5 Doctors. It's just nice that they gave us sort of an unofficial line. But yeah, that's all I've really got to say. Really good line in 2021, but I think I prefer 2020s, which probably sounds insane because we've had Sensorite and Vord figures. But if I had to say something was better, the Sensorite and Vord figures are better than anything we got in 2020. That's not me criticising anything we got that year, it's just they're 60s monsters we've been wanting for a long time. But in terms of the line overall, I prefer the 2020 line still. I think that's my favourite. Because in 2021 there was a lot of reuses, I must say. There's a lot of repainted Daleks. There's obviously repainted TARDISes. But I mean, it's a sort of rinse and repeat formula. Well, actually, not really. I mean, I think there's just repetition, which is okay, because, you know, we're in a pandemic, so I mean, it's amazing we even get these figures at all. But we've had 2 Hartnells, the same Dalek repainted, of course, 2 versions of a Cyberman, the reuse of the actual man body, and, you know, a Doctor variant I don't think we wanted of Peter Davison. You know, it's like the sort of the major new thing here in terms of its own entity, not reusing parts, is of course the Earthshock bomb, which is still really cool. But still a good line of figures. It gave us a lot of 60s and 80s stuff, which I'm always happy about, because the only 70s stuff this year we actually had was the Daleks, and that was it. So it makes a change. Oh yeah, and we've got the 4th Doctor and K1 Robot apparently coming out mid-January. That's not going to happen. That'll probably early February. So that was meant to be obviously the last set of the year, but that'll be coming out whenever it does. Hopefully next month, but maybe this month. Anyway, stop rambling. That's all I've really got to say. Hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope you enjoy Eve of the Daleks later when it airs. I'm not looking forward to it whatsoever. I'm going to be honest. Because Vanquishers killed my hype for anything. So, yeah. So if I do a review of it, I'll let you obviously know what I think of it. Yeah. So that's all I've got to say. Happy New Year, and I will see you all soon. Goodbye.